Right, this is going to be awful. I don't like... She's going to fall off, isn't she? Oh, flipping hell.
Luckily, she got a big ass.
Oh, is it from the other angle?
I really don't know the English word for stuitje.
It's the coccyx.
Sounds sexual.
Yeah, but it's not. It certainly won't be for her anymore. Good God. There's a leprechaun museum in Dublin. Did you know that? Yeah. And do you know who goes there? Americans. No one else. What are you giving that? You can't be into that.
Well, I do have my own sort of catchphrase.
Do you?
Yeah, which is dikke billen, 5 reten, which translates to fat, thick ass, 5 reten, because, you know, I'm quite an admirer.
So dikke billen,
5 reten.
5 reten. So that's almost like your 5 points for Gryffindor. So when people see you out and about, do they say dikke billen, 5 reten?
Sometimes they do, yeah.
So that's become your thing, dikke billen, 5 reten.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, well, I'll do it for you then.
Thank you.
Dikke billen, 5 reten.
That's great. Vrouwenmomentje, okay. No? Niet, don't go soft on us.
Is that another one of your catchphrases?
No. That's her catchphrase.
Ik doe ik er mee.
Hallo lieve kijkers en welkom bij DumpertReeten. Ja, deze week met een, wat ontzettend nep. We have a big star and immediately I start to do some crazy presenter shit.
It was perfect. It was really great.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, well, let's
thank
go
you
again.
for the...
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is the internet. We can do what we want.
Hello peoples, I am Renéetje. Today in DumpertReeten we have a very famous, a very great stand-up comedian from the UK. His name is Russell Howard. Hey!
Wow. The coolest person I met, and I met him last year, I met a 14-year-old boy. His parents sent me an email saying that their son was battling with cancer. Would I come to see him? I said, yeah, of course. He's designing the costumes that people have to wear at his funeral. He's making his dad go to his funeral dressed as the Grim Reaper. How amazing is that? It gets even better. If anyone coughs, his dad has to lift up his scythe and point at them.
I'm very honored actually that you're here.
I'm really excited because we had a conversation last week.
We did.
And you gave me some advice for the show. And you said I have to bring a gas mask.
Yeah.
And not go on the internet.
Yes.
But I haven't got a gas mask because it's really difficult to buy a gas mask when you can't go on the internet. But now I see why I needed the...
Yeah. But we're okay with the gas.
The gas.
Smoke.
The gas. That's how the royal family pronounce gas. The gas is horrible.
I haven't decided on my accent yet.
I like it.
Do you know the concept of this show?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna watch stupid videos and make silly comments about it. And then we rate the video. So Reeten in Dutch.
Yeah.
Rate means like the buttocks, the ass of a person. But in English, obviously, it means to rate, you know, from 1 to 5.
Right.
So in Dutch, Reeten is an ass. So
wow.
We have heart-shaped asses.
So rate is the arse.
Yeah.
But you know you rate people on Tinder.
We call it in Dutch a vleeskeuring. Yeah, meat rating.
A meat rating.
Yeah.
That's
how we talk about women.
Hang on.
It's when you're you know rating people.
Yes.
Based on how they look.
Yeah.
That's what we call a vleeskeuring, which you could translate to
meat rating. Wow.
Yeah.
That is the most sort of Dutch, literal, like they're meat and they're being rated.
Right.
So it's a meat rating.
Exactly.
Phenomenal. So let's commence this meat rating.
Yeah. I should tell you that you can watch Russell on Netflix because his show Lubricant has been put on Netflix a few months ago and it's still up there. I've watched it yesterday.
Oh, thanks, mate. What was your meat rating?
5, obviously.
5?
I cannot say anything else, right?
Good. Yeah, 5 out of 5.
No, it was great.
This is my first special since 2017. The world was different back then. Corona was a beer.
I particularly loved your story. I talked about it on the telephone.
You did, yeah.
About the finger in your ass because I myself do some crazy shit at night. Yeah.
What do you do at night?
2 things actually.
Okay. How do you know?
Because, well, she is also my girlfriend and she told me. I take off my underpants when I'm asleep. So I always wake up nude.
And see, that could be you or that could be her. Because she wants to meat rate you. So do you sleep on, you know people sleepwalk? You sleep strip?
Yeah.
Is there any music?
And also what I also do on the regular basis is talk aloud in my sleep. But not like, hey, how are you? But like, fuck you, bitch.
Oh, wow.
And suck my dick.
To who? Oh, really? So, and what's it like? So breakfast must be tense. You're like a sleep sexist.
Yeah.
So you seem like a lovely guy, but then as soon as you're asleep, you're just like, yeah, fuck feminism. Like,
I love you, baby. I love you, baby.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're gonna bitch. So yeah. So do you think this is your real personality?
It might be. Maybe I should tell for context what you told in your show. Well, Russell has this lovely thing where he puts his finger up his ass in his sleep. So much that he made a crack in his little snitch.
Yep.
In his asshole, had to go to the doctor.
And my brother had an epileptic fit, and then he slept with me for a while because he was worried about dying. And then he stopped because one morning he saw me having a go at myself. So that's, if you like that kind of thing, there's plenty more where that came from.
I have a twin brother actually. I slept a lot with him.
Okay.
On a brotherly basis, you know. But I also used to, a little bit climb him.
Oh, really?
At night, yeah. So my sexual, things at night, it's really out there.
To be honest, though, clearly it's got better. Because if you're just abusing imaginary people, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you're dry humping your brother in your sleep, do you still speak to him?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
And he has got a wife and kids. He's very happy. So
I
didn't turn him gay or anything. So watch Russell on Netflix, and if you still can, you can, because the show airs on Wednesday, and you've just performed in the AFAS and Luxor.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was really good. But it was the weirdest bit. There was a guy that was asleep in the show, and he started heckling me.
Yeah.
Started telling me to suck his dick or something. Yeah.
So every time this guy makes a kill on Call of Duty, this is the show he puts up.
I like it. How old is he?
14 or something like that.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? My brother had epilepsy as a kid. And I'd love to have had a room like that. Because I wasn't allowed to hit him in the face because he had epilepsy. And as an older brother, that was... Can you imagine how hard that is?
Yeah.
It's against nature. So if I'd have had a room like that, I could have properly broke him. What are all these things that are going everywhere?
I'm not sure. I think you can maybe buy those or something. These people are paying.
They're paying?
Yeah, so this guy is getting fucking rich, really.
So hang on, so he's getting paid, that looks like thousands of euro.
It might be, I'm not sure.
To dance in his bedroom age 14.
Yeah, but
nobody was paying me to dance in my bedroom age 14.
No, because you didn't record it, did you? I wonder what kind of arguments he has with his mum.
Very few, I'd have thought. She's like, go to your room. He's like, yeah, well, I'll make thousands of pounds. Yeah! But what's he going to do when he's older? This will be his life. What did you do when you were 14?
Hump my brother in my sleep.
Yes.
Reeten. No, I was working in a greenery.
A greenhouse?
Yeah.
Like a garden centre?
No. Like a place where we actually grew the plants to go to the garden center.
Okay, but can you imagine if anyone had filmed that, every time you planted a tree and you went like that, do you know what I mean?
Used to sit on the...
And everyone's like just throwing money at you and you're like... But why would you give money to a German boy that
Because it's funny.
the paper trail alone. Where does this money go? Oh, I'm giving it to a 14-year-old boy in Germany. Like, my bank is...
For what? He's live streaming.
Yeah. I just killed a man. Did he? Like, the backstory looks bad. I would never give money to any German children.
Ever.
No, absolutely, ever. Because they're... Do you know the song... In, uit, schuren voor gebruik. That's what it's all about. Hey. It's quite a jolly song, but I've heard German children sing that. It's the most haunting song you've ever heard. Yeah. You put your left leg in, your left leg out. Yeah, no, it's a haunting accent, isn't it?
Wow, yeah, it is. 5 auffrissen!
4 assholes!
You've been interrupting the whole show, kid. You've been interrupting the whole show, fam. Oh, I'm so sorry that I ruined your night. My apologies. Sorry, Candy. I didn't mean to upset your night. I don't have a mom. Me and my dad share yours.
Do you have the game Mr. Potato Head?
I remember Mr. Potato Head from Toy Story.
I don't have a mom. Me and my dad share yours.
When
You're quite
Toy Story
right.
ended,
Yeah. He got tattooed
Potato Head had to find himself in what looks like, is it a comedy club? Is it a bejazzle? Like, where, do you know what I mean by a bejazzle?
No.
So a
Just go
bejazzle
with
is
it.
when ladies from Essex in England put
Yeah.
shiny bits on their vagina. So it looks like Mr. Potato Head is performing in a bejazzle.
I don't have a mom. Me and my dad share yours.
Him and his dad having sex with her mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's Mrs. Potato.
It sounds like one of your dreams. What's your relationship like with your dad?
It's great, actually.
Do you think you could have sex, you and your dad, with a lady's mother?
Maybe. If we'd be really, really, really drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do go out on golfing trips.
Yeah, you're
so
right. And that's about putting...
You need something to do
That's
at
about
night, right?
putting a ball in a hole.
It is.
So, if anything, this is an extension of golf.
I don't have a mom. Me and my dad share yours.
My dad, he does have, you know, this real big dad bod that might
Yeah.
put me off.
Yeah.
And he looks like me, or I look like him.
Yeah.
That
So
might put me off. as
And you
well.
would be going, oh, is that how I do it? But I can't imagine it. No, I wouldn't have... to be honest, me and my dad don't really talk.
Oh.
So the
That's a
idea...
bummer. I did see him in your documentary.
Yeah, we know each other, but we wouldn't, you know, we don't really have banter, we don't really chat. So the idea that we'd suddenly go, hey, Dad, listen, I've had an altercation in a comedy club, we're going to have to go and fuck someone's mum.
I've been to London 2 weeks ago.
What was your favourite thing about London?
You know, if you compare it to Amsterdam's just a little village or a
Right,
town, and
yeah.
London is so huge. And the buzzing, you know, the streets are filled with people, clubs are buzzing.
I thought Amsterdam was like that, though. I was just like, you know, everything was sort of buzzing, and there's lots of English people here who are hammered.
They're actually drunk in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, when I go to work at 10 a.m. in the train, drunk British people get on.
Yeah, it's so weird, isn't it? Why is that? Why
Yeah,
can't...
I should ask you, right?
Well, it just feels like it's like an Attenborough documentary. Here we see the English, unable to handle alcohol like any other race.
Yeah.
It's, what is it? But you lot can just smoke weed, watch a fuck show.
Do a fuck show.
Yeah, do a fuck show, you know,
Smoking weed.
plant some tulips, you know, make some art,
Yeah,
write
eat
a
some
diary,
cheese.
yeah, eat some cheese, and all fine, all calm.
Yeah.
And English people, you know, I saw a bloke riding a bike
Yeah.
and reading a book.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the most Dutch thing I've ever seen.
It wasn't an audio book, you know?
No, he was riding and he had a book.
Yeah.
It was two things that most English people wouldn't do in a year. And is that his girlfriend?
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
throwing
it's
the
his
hand
wife,
away?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, shopping is so boring.
It is,
And again, not to generalise, but women really enjoy it. So if you pretend to walk like a gibbon, you can really speed the process up. So maybe he's thinking, I've tried everything. I've tried sulking, I've tried whining, moaning. What I haven't tried is walking like a gibbon. And that is the thing that sped her up. I bet you that didn't last that long.
No.
I think because that's the beginning. So if he's doing the gibbon walk in 5 minutes, if he's like swinging on a tyre and throwing his own shit, there's no way they're going to be spending a lot of time there. Have you had your COVID vaccine?
I did.
Did you feel a desire to walk a bit like that after you'd had it?
No. I'm quite the rebel, you know. I like to think of myself. So you had to wait for 15 minutes, you know, after you get the shot, because just to make sure you don't pass out or anything. And I was like, I don't want to wait 15 minutes, so I stood up and left after like 10. So being such a big rebel, and then I was on the streets, and I was like, oh shit, oh fuck, and I thought I was gonna die.
Oh my God! So you were looking at like minute 4, 3,
Yeah,
2, 1, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Because I felt that desire, like when you saw everyone in the queue. Remember the first one when you're like, am I going to be okay? Am I going to be okay? The desire to walk past that queue, just go, wah! Like that, and just like furiously masturbating and go, that stuff's mad. But But my wife is a doctor,
Yeah,
and she would have been furious if I'd done that.
Men are childish, never change, please. 4 Reeten.
2.
2?
Yeah.
You don't like childish men?
No, I like it. It's just I feel like we can get better.
It must feel funny as an Englishman because you can go anywhere in the world and speak your own language.
Yeah.
But you know that people do understand you, right?
English people and Americans travel the world over and just point at menus.
Yeah.
Just like,
But bread!
yeah,
Bread!
chips. And they're like, is the Americans,
Yeah.
and is us. Whereas you're like, fluggity bliggity blue. Amsterdam is so, everything seems to be beautiful or erotic. It feels like the mayor of Amsterdam feels like she's walking around all of this magnificent city going, is it sexy? Can I shove it up my ass? And I cannot stop saying that to myself. So I was here with my wife all weekend, and I kept saying, is it sexy? Can I shove it up my ass? Honestly, once that's in your head, you can't stop saying it. That's my catchphrase. Is it sexy? Can I shove it up my ass?
Yeah.
Amsterdam. He's about to propose.
And he drinks his beer, yeah. Of course he does.
Wow.
Oh wow, he really pissed her off. Did you ever piss your wife off so
Not
bad?
that much. That's a short-term goal, isn't it? Like he's a hero for a second,
For his friends mostly.
but that's a lifetime of misery. God, imagine the rest of the game. You just sort of sat there, waiting for the car journey. So, shall we?
It's gonna be awkward.
Should we have a conversation about what happened during Kiss? You know, there's going to be that voice. You know that certain voice.
She's gonna call you by your front name, your first name.
And middle name.
Yeah.
That's middle name.
But now he knows she will say yes, so good for you, mate.
I don't think she will say yes. When he goes down on one knee, she's probably going to down a pint. I don't like it. I'm going to say it's 1. That's the kind of behaviour that gets your cock bitten off, isn't it?
Your cock bitten off. We do have a video I like to show every week of a silicone titty that burst.
Okay. Oh God! Oh Jesus! Oh no! No! Fucking hell! Oh God! Oh, flipping hell!
Look at
Oh God! No, I'm out, man. Done it. Jesus, make it stop! I don't want to watch this. Oh. What is wrong with you?
Still the best video of this year, 5 Reeten.
The breast exploded at home.
Oh, it's an awful. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Is it? Did you never
What?
watch Dr. Pimple Popper on
I don't mind that
Teal?
sort of
No?
stuff. Oh, don't show it again. Honestly, it's fucking. Look.
De reaguurdersronde. Doe ik even in mijn eentje. Alex, laagstreep, Eknieuw, schrijft... Wilco heeft zich lekker uitgeleefd met editen. Lekker bezig, kerel. Ja, applaus voor Wilco. Applaus allemaal. Hey Sil, we hebben jullie gemist. See what you did daar. LPP schrijft... Russell is zo'n gouden gast. Ik ben heel benieuwd hoe hard hij die rode gaat slopen. My Engels is very good. He did not slope me at all. En Eldarm schrijft... Was dat knokpartijtje aan het begin nu een poging om te laten zien hoe Nick een paar chappies in elkaar sloeg? We wachten nog steeds op de beelden. Het is inmiddels prehistorie. Randy6532 schrijft... Dennis mag wel wat vaker uitgenodigd worden met zijn droogheid. Ik kijk echt uit naar de volgende aflevering met Russell. Een leuke komiek. Verder weer in topvorm. Sil, gelukkig. Lekker wijf met een geweldige uitstraling. Jammer dat ze al een vriend heeft. Ze heeft helemaal geen vriend. Succes jongens. Anarchist schrijft... Ja, Sil omduwen is makkelijk. Die is topzwaar. Genieten.chill schrijft... die rode is weer helemaal zichzelf met onze blonde erbij. Mooi om te zien. Ja, dat is wel waar. Ik mis Sylvana wel. Beterschap Sylvana. Met je kater.
Hi boys. I have a question for the men. What the fuck do you want?
Is that what we want? I don't want diggers. You want diggers?
Well, for a day or two.
I would rather spend the day having that poor lady's titty fixed.
Yeah. Fixing the titty.
Exactly. Well, that's a website that doesn't exist. Titty Fixer. Any breasts that have exploded through no fault of their own. Listen, let's. If
Start a charity.
If she broke the breast by slapping homeless people in the face, I'm not going to fix that titty. But if she was doing good.
Pushed by the society's, views on how to be pretty, having...
Yeah. If the patriarchy has bust that titty, then I'll fix it back.
We can help women fix
the titty, exactly. It was like Robin Hood.
I have a question for the men. What the fuck do you want?
Sind allerdings, innen drin sind allerdings Figuren. Der Roland Emmett gibt's Figuren.
What's that? Is that trains?
It's like the Efteling.
Ja, ist der gefallene Engel, hat ein Freund gesagt.
Droomvlucht. Dream flight.
Aber diese Figuren, auch die Figuren da.
That's not what I want.
No.
Is that what you want?
No,
Diggers and small
I
trains?
like girls.
What the fuck do you want?
Wow, I like that. What's the next one?
What the fuck do you want?
Zo'n lekkere, dikke schrijfster. Helemaal gek pompen op de play, man. Heerlijk.
Oh,
You
I
know
love
him?
this man. Absolutely Nostradamus. What's his name? Hans.
Teeuwen.
Teeuwen.
Nostradamus, Nostradamus, Nostradamus met zo'n strakke groene broek. Dus stond hem goed.
Nostradamus, Nostradamus, Nostradamus with his trousers green and tight. He looked alright.
What the fuck do you want?
Who's this cat?
So this is the famous party act I was telling you about.
He's alright. Hang on. With all the options you've got in Amsterdam, who's bringing him to a party? Do you know what I mean? You've got like weed, you've got all manner of sex shows. You're gonna bring some bloke who looks like a really old-styled condom. He looks like someone you can about shoot out of a cannon. He looks like the least healthy member of the Peaky Blinders. So is that la 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 meatballs?
Yeah.
I like that though.
Nothing to worry about.
А я сейчас вам покажу, откуда набил...
What the hell just happened here?
Do you want to take me through that?
Nah, I'm clueless myself.
The only audience for this is going to be, teenage boys about to masturbate. They're not going to be into this kind of satire. They're going to be horrified.
А я сейчас вам покажу, откуда на Беларусь...
I mean, that is...
Yeah.
А я сейчас вам покажу, откуда на Беларусь готовилось нападение. Поэтому не мы развязали эту войну, у нас совесть чиста. Хорошо, что начали. Не был нанесен превентивный удар по позиции. Вот здесь они отмечены в боевом положении. Через день они подняли ракеты.
5 reten for all the...
5 reten.
Yeah, for all the creativity of the
superb.
people making these edits.
Yeah, wonderful. Do you know, when I was a young man, my friend Scott once did this. He invited us all around his house. We were like 12. And he was jerking off in his front room.
Right.
And he threw a pillow at us. Yeah, I wasn't into that at all. I thought we were going to play football, Scott. I don't really... But he was really strong. So me and Colin had to just sit there and go, I guess we're just going to have to wait, because Scott was so hard that we thought he's going to beat the shit out of us if we try and leave. So we had to kind of watch this porn as Scott was in the room beating off. Do you know what he's done now? Found God. So the world's crazy. He goes around Fleet healing people. This is how crazy he was. There was a festival, and he said to my friend Steve, we should throw our shit at those tents. And because he was so hard, Steve was like, absolutely, bloody. And Scott went, no, seriously. And he put his hand in his pocket and he shat in his pocket and he threw a shit at the tent. And then for the rest of the party, he kept going up to Steve and went, have you had a shit yet? And he was going, oh, no. Wow. I haven't. Oh, I will, though. I'll let you know when I... But he was so... Like, whenever there was a fight at school, it would last for 20 seconds. I'm not making this up. And then from somewhere in the school, Scott would hear about this fight, run up to the fight and punch both of them. He was, like, top shelf mad. And now he's found God.
Niet haperen met je pedaal.
Pichon, 37 keer gestopt.
Oh! Godverdomme. Excuseer. Dit wil je niet meemaken. Kijk, daar die rechterhand van die meneer met de blauwe pet. En die supporter van zet dan je stapje achteruit, man.
Zet een stap achteruit. Eigenlijk zou daar geen volk mogen staan in die binnenbocht.
Right, there's so much here. Why are you watching a cyclist? Well, my dad's into cycling, so who gives a two shit rat fuck, which is one of my catchphrases. It's just, I rode my bike really quick, good for you.
Yeah.
8 hours of tedium. And this old goose is just going there high-fiving him.
Kijk, daar die rechterhand van die meneer met de blauwe pet. En die supporters van zet dan je stapje achteruit, man.
Zet een stap achteruit.
As that cyclist is going through the air, he's like, why didn't COVID take you?
Why don't they wear kneecaps or anything like that?
Because they're not anticipating old men leaning in, trying to touch them.
37 keer gestopt.
Oh! Godverdomme.
What's thin ass, because he's got a very thin ass, one Reeten.
Yeah. Dunne billen.
So dun billen, ein.
Reet. Little bit of German mixed in there.
Yeah.
It's één.
Dun billen, in Reet.
All right, thank you.
That was so much fun. I can see why you do this every Wednesday.
It was really great having you. Watch Russell on Netflix. Lubricant is out
Recalibrate.
now.
And recalibrate. Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
mate.
much.
What an absolute joy.
En tot volgende week, jongens.
Doei!
Ik doe niet meer mee.